Hi, this is Conversations That Matter, talking with God. Today we'll quickly look at when God calls your name. Yes, when God calls you by name. In Genesis 3, verse 9, this is a story where, Adam and Eve, they went into hiding because God came, as he usually did, in the cool of the day to speak with them, and they went and hid themselves because they realized they were naked. One thing I've come to realize in my so much years of living, yes, so many years of living, is that when we are known, when our names are being called, it gives us a sense of belonging, a sense of, for lack of a better word, sense of importance. So I remember when I was working a reception job where earlier in my career where presidents, vice presidents, people of, clout walked in, and I was able to recall their names, where they're from, even though they walked in with a stern, serious look on their face, their features would relax because they're like, wow, she remembers me. When you're remembered and called out by name, it is something. It is something that we humans, it gives us a sense of, I matter. But when Adam and Eve went into hiding because they heard God calling their name, his name, it was because he was ashamed. But God gave him a time for him to come out. God didn't just go and say, hey, I see you. God don't do hide and seek. And when God calls your name, it could be for a reason of reprimand. It could be for a reason of, hey, wake up, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. It could be a reason of, okay, time for us to move on. There are many instances in the Bible where God called persons by name. Generally, when you're being called out, it means that you're known. Yes. So if your name is being called by God, it means that you are known by God. Yes, the God that knows everything about everything, he knows your name. And many singers, writers, they say, oh, God knows my name, I'm a friend of God. But what does that mean? What does that signify to you, an individual? To me, an individual. If God is calling my name, we know us better than anybody else. We know ourselves better than anybody else knows us. But God knows us better. So today, when God is calling your name, it's either to bring you to your expected end. It's usually in a pivotal moment of your life. It means things are about to get real. And are you ready for it? When God calls your name, can you hear him calling your name? And that is the key. Are your ears open to the cries of God as God's ears are open to your cry? When he calls your name, can you recognize his voice? For the songwriter says his voice makes the difference. It calms and it releases our troubled mind. Whatever your mind is being troubled with today, when God calls your name, be open and be in a place where your heart posture is that of worship, is that of servitude, is that of submittance, so that when God calls your name, you can hear him calling your name. Yes, Adam answered right away and he confessed. Many of us, we don't answer. We shirk away and we hide away because we don't come out and say, here God, here mine, and you don't confess because what? Many of us, we use what our situation is bringing about as a crutch of validating our behavior. When God is saying, I know who you are. I knew you before you were born in your mother's womb. Before you were birthed in your mother's womb. I knew you. I know you. So it doesn't make sense for us to hide. It doesn't make sense for us to cower away from the presence because we cannot hide from God. If we lay our beds in hell, behold, he's there. If we take the wings of the morning, behold, his spirit will find us. For the word of God says, it's not by might nor by power, but it's by his spirit. And his spirit can go in any corner. So when God calls your name, let us be in a position that when he calls, we willingly answer because our life is about to be changed. This is Conversations That Matter, talking with God. May God bless you.